Take two. Let's see how this time goes. Good evening. We had a few little technical difficulties. Now I've got speech difficulties. It's all about communication and Mercury retrograde. So hopefully now we are back online and not dropping out. I'm just going to check the Facebook right now just to see. Yeah, it seems to be working. Sorry, can't do two things at once. That wasn't a lagging then. That was just me concentrating. And I do hope this is coming up. It should be working a little bit better this time. All right. Let me know, guys. Oh, James, yeah, tech issues on your end as well. Definitely some problems going on tonight, but we're going to try and get through them anyway, because I've definitely got cards to turn for everybody and this Mercury retrograde to talk about. So let's start back at the beginning. Mercury retrograde. On the surface, what are we looking at here? We were looking at the 9th of September through until the 2nd of October. Good times, tech issues. Obviously, we're having those tonight, and you may be finding your internet's dropping out. Back up your iPhone because there's a good chance that may fail. Emails getting sent to the wrong people not receiving messages, maybe sending text messages to the wrong people or receiving somebody else's message, dates being changed, cars breaking down. It can affect transport, dates for holidays being changed or bookings, hospital appointments, doctor's appointments, anything to do with kind of time and communication can all be a little bit hectic at the moment. So do watch that and be aware of it. I think patience definitely important during Mercury retrograde and relationships as well. During Mercury retrograde, it's not a great time to end or start relationships because communications can be a little bit miscommunicated. Maybe we're struggling to say how we really feel. Also watching that people from the past or past relationships or exes coming back. It's been a long couple of days already. Absolutely, James. And aren't we lucky this year? Normally we have about 3 Mercury retrogrades. This year we have 4. They squeeze another one in at the end of this year. So we've got one more to get through in 2022. But this one breaks up into kind of 2 sections, which is good. The second part of it being a little bit more manageable. And we're going to talk about that. So like I said, back up all those electronics. Expect maybe someone from the past to come back or hear from an ex or even an ex-co-worker, someone that maybe brought you some trouble or hurt. Obviously they're an ex-partner. Now it doesn't mean just because they're coming back is that you're meant to take them back into your world. Sometimes it's showing us the lessons we've learned. Maybe there's a little bit more information we needed to close that door, but don't think just because that person has popped their head up again that it's time to go back to them. Quite often we have broken up for a reason, so try and remember that. But Mercury will go retrograde into Libra from the 9th, which we just had during the full moon there on the weekend, through until the 22nd. And we've still got, about 9 days there left to go. So when Mercury's going retrograde through Libra, it's a sign of relationships, contracts, like business partnerships. So have a look at where there's balance or maybe lack of balance, or maybe the universe is showing you right now, maybe your work-life balance is out. Maybe, the balance between you and your partner or a business partner, or just, I guess, daily routines. Have you got stuck in a way where you don't have that balance anymore? Taking a good hard look at that and expect some discussions and maybe even some drama at this time as well. Everyone's a little bit struggling to communicate, as I am tonight, and be able to say how they feel, or even just discovering really some things that maybe they buried away. Maybe you decided, as I do, sometimes ignorance is bliss, and there's an issue going on that you kind of put on the shelf and pretend you can't see. Good chance it's going to come up at the moment. I can tell you in my life, every Mercury retrograde that comes through, I always have a problem with my car, which I did this week with a radiator problem. I end up at the dentist and I have an appointment next Monday. Obviously, I did my knee as well, and communications breaking down. I sent an email overseas yesterday. It got sent back to me. And I'm assuming it's going to be sent back again. So all of those problems going on. So imagine just like gremlins being about. So it's a really good time to stay calm, breathe, expect these delays or these problems to come in. I think Mercury retrograde, I always expect a little bit of the unexpected because things are going to be that kind of hectic energy, but something to look forward to if we can during Mercury retrograde. Now, in saying that, there's been many a time in Mercury retrograde I've had to see something or deal with something or something's come up. But I look back afterwards and go, you know what, I'm really glad that happened then because I was able to deal with it to enjoy now. So there is that kind of reflection I find sometimes with Mercury retrograde when you look back and you're like, well, isn't that good? Same with me. You know, I could have done my knee at any point, but I didn't do it while I was away on my trip. I did it when I came back and I've got time to heal and look after it. So watching that. Good evening, Emily. How are you? Yeah. James, there's so much going on, and I'm glad that the streaming is better now because we were having troubles that first time. I did get online. Of course we did. Those of you that used to watch Eric and I do our show then as well, every Mercury retrograde does problems with the technology. So again, like I said, expect that. You might find that your car's making a bit of a funny noise during Mercury retrograde and then it kind of goes away. Turn the radio up and get rid of it. So from the 9th to the 22nd, this lack of balance, you know, problems in relationships, needing to voice our opinion, being careful that we're not too strong with it, and also I guess that we're not hiding it as well. Because I guess with that sign of Libra, sometimes that energy, you know, we don't want to cause disruption or unbalance because Libra being the scales and all about balance. So sometimes we either come in too strong during Mercury retrograde or maybe not strong enough. So maybe thinking about how you're going to communicate something, thinking about, you know, what's the best way for that to come across. I am a bit of a fan of, you know, more flies with honey, being a little bit sweeter with it. But also remembering people may say something to you a little bit harsh or a little bit direct, because they too are feeling all this energy of Mercury retrograde. So from the 23rd of September through until October the 2nd, good evening, Maureen. Always good to see you. Things change a little bit because it changes signs. So Mercury retrograde goes from that Libra energy then into Virgo. Again, that lovely earth energy. We do love a Virgo. That's if they're not, keeping themselves awake by over-analyzing everything, but very practical and would definitely want them on my team. But with Mercury entering Virgo, so it may unearth some hidden information. Maybe there's something you needed to know about. Maybe there's something you wanted to know about. Maybe you've been curious about how something turned out. You'll be hearing about this now and becoming sort of hyper aware almost of the processes in your life and what you're going through. And are they working for you? It's time really to have a look at changing things up. You know, do you need to change your morning routine? You know, getting rid of old ways, bringing in new ones. Now, the end of that Mercury retrograde, like I said, from the 23rd until October 2nd, that'll be a really good time to be able to do that. So it's almost like this first part of the retrograde showing you a whole bunch of stuff, maybe unveiling some things like we said, and then the second part of the Mercury retrograde going, okay, now I know, you know, you might have been punched in the face a little bit with some life stuff, having a look at it and going, how can I change my world or my process? We've seen where the lack of balance is, and being able to put those processes into play and change our worlds a little bit. And sometimes just that slightest routine can make all of the difference. I know this year I've tried much harder. I'm a bit of a night owl. I do sort of enjoy anything after 10 o'clock. I decide to change the world and start a new idea. And I really tried now to kind of go, no, I'm going to try and get to bed a little bit earlier, maybe get up a little bit earlier, trying to have a good breakfast, all those things I probably should have been doing 20 years ago. I am trying to do now. And it is working. However, as always, for me, and I'm sure for you as well, maybe especially this last week, because we kind of had that build up to that Mercury retrograde. So there's always that few days before it. We had that big full moon on the weekend, and now we're in the thick of it. So not a great time, just a reminder to end or start relationships because communications could be a little bit off here. Signing contracts. If you are going to be signing a contract, just read it twice. Make sure it states exactly what you expect it to say. There could be some errors or mistakes there in dates, dates being changed, things being cancelled. Again, technology, back up your iPhone. Expect some problems with the internet, travel, communication. So Mercury retrograde is a time of patience, It will be tested. I struggle every Mercury retrograde. Like I said, of all the things in astrology, it's kind of the one that kicks me the hardest, and I do stand up and pay attention. Well, it makes me really. So noticing that, don't be surprised, like I said, if someone's dropping you something in your DMs or you get a strange text message or someone from the past comes back. Usually because, again, we need to have a look at it, deal with it, see if we've learned our lesson, see if we've become stronger and able to resist engaging in that. And also remembering even things like co-workers that maybe there could have been problems with that are arising. You might find at work, the telephones aren't working or everyone's just not kind of getting along very well. The good news is this does end. It ends October 2nd. Like I said, we do have an extra one this year. Normally we have 3. We have 4 this year. We've got another one that sneaks in at the very end. But the second half of this Mercury retrograde looking a little bit better. Hello, Renee. Yes, I will be turning cards tonight. If you'd like to, we will pop your name down. Be turning cards very shortly, actually. Any questions about Mercury retrograde? Anybody been experiencing it? I know, James, you've mentioned how much you've been experiencing it. Katie, I'm sure you have, well, you understand it. And I know you get Mercury retrograde and what it does. Like I said, something that does always make me pay attention. I've even noticed just even tonight trying to get online, that first attempt didn't work. And then, even like I said, my email's not sending. It's just hiccups and gremlins and all things going on. Maybe even some unexpected bills. Oh, yeah. I knew you would experience that as well, Katie. So tonight, if you would like a card, I'm looking forward to turning some cards tonight. Let me know, and we're going to pop your name on the list. How? Thanks, Maureen. I'm good at this, but not that good. Yes, Emily, sometimes we can sneak through a Mercury retrograde just because these energies are about. Doesn't mean you have to have a terrible experience. I've had moments in Mercury retrograde where, just like it says here, unearth hidden information. And when I say here, it's just my notes that I wrote for tonight. I've had things come through Mercury retrograde that have definitely helped me, things I needed to know that were going on or things that were being said. And not forgetting last week when we turned the card for the week for everybody, we turned that envy and deceit card, which was about just watching maybe people talking around us, a little bit of gossip, people maybe putting down what we're doing because they're envious because they're not doing it for themselves in their life. So remembering that that's not really a reflection of yourself. That's them. That's their own reflection and what they need to deal with. So I do hope you all got through that card well last week, and we'll definitely turn another one for this week. Hello, everyone's coming in. Maureen, I reckon you're asking for a card, so I'm definitely going to put your name on the list. Hello, Chrissy, how are you? Lovely to see you as well. Like I said tonight, if you'd like a card, please pop your name up. Yes, Chrissy, you can have a card too. I'm good, thank you. Derry, I am well. You want to go on the list? Yep. We'll put you on the list too. Might even start turning cards a little earlier tonight because Mercury retrograde is what it is. It's like dun dun dun. It's a little few things going on, and like I said, especially around those relationships, not just in love, but also work colleagues, family, neighbors, all those kinds of things going on. And good luck making renovations or booking a date or a time because there's a good chance it's going to be changed. I can't decide if it's warm tonight. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my age. So let me just double check as we go down this to see who we will be turning for first. Yes, you can have a card. Tizana, is that how I say it? You'll know who I'm talking about. Let's pretend it's warm. Or maybe it's because I'm in my office. I'm having a tropical moment, but let's not talk about that. Of course, I have my cards here tonight. I did get a question through askravencooper@gmail.com about upcoming workshops. I'm actually going to be booking in some dates in October. Just going to need to confirm those. Was just waiting for my knee to get a little bit better. So I'll be putting those dates up online. they will be in Brisbane. Also, I am looking at doing some online workshops. So please let me know if you're interested in that. I think that's easier for everyone because you can log on and we can do the workshops on Saturdays or an evening. But looking at those chakras, those crystals, working on your intuitive development. And of course, if I'm able to do them online, then anyone can come on board and do them as well. Transport is not a problem. Crystals during Mercury retrograde. Good question. Thanks, Chrissy. So I guess because we get a little bit flighty and there's a lot going on and things can be quite hectic, hematite. Now, it's a classic that I love anyway and something that I think everyone should kind of carry. It helps keep us grounded and present in the moment, keeps us in our physical body as well. It's good too if you have inflammation around the body, if you suffer from headaches and things like that. Hematite is fantastic. Do I have a piece just here? I don't think I have a piece. Hematite is. It looks like it's steel, like metal. It's got that silvery look to it because it's been heat treated. Now it's for the base chakra. So if we were to crack hematite open, it's going to be red on the inside. It's iron ore, so great for that base chakra, staying in the moment. Maybe looking at something like some black tourmaline, maybe for protection, so we're not taking on other people's energy. Citrine, really good for cleansing our aura, keeping away that negativity. And also citrine will not absorb negative energy. So if you need to cleanse your crystals and maybe it's not a full moon or you can't get to the water or you don't want to bury them in the ground, you can put them with citrine and citrine will clear the energy of your crystals so you can reprogram them and use them again. Yeah, wear your hematite. Maybe lick it. No, just kidding. Don't do that. Don't put strange things in your mouth. So also another crystal that we'd be looking at, there's some self-love, especially if you're going through some really big emotional things. That big full moon on the weekend would have increased a lot of those emotions, that intensity about how we're feeling. If you were sad, you might find you are really sad. If you're happy, you are really happy. But it could be quite a roller coaster there and our water's feeling a little bit off. With something like that, I'd want that self-care, that unconditional love for self. So looking at that rose quartz, communication. Oh, how could I forget? Of course, the throat chakra, sodalite or lapis lazuli. They are two crystals. They're blue. Your lapis will have that gold fleck through it, which is actually pyrite or fool's gold. You see a lot of lapis with Egyptian jewelry and associated with that. So you'd know that one. That's fantastic for communication. And also sodalite, which is the blue and white. It's just lapis without the pyrite in it. Also fantastic for communication, because remembering Mercury retrograde can stir a lot of things up, and then you want to go in and you want to blurt it out when really it's a good time to communicate well. And sodalite and lapis are going to help you be able to do that. Or if you have copped a little bit of a hard time, work situations, relationships, and you are feeling a little bit hurt, reach for that jade, that beautiful green crystal. That's fantastic for the heart chakra. Like I said, rose quartz. Looking for some clarity during Mercury retrograde, get your amethyst out. And Mercury retrograde upsets my sleep a little bit as well. Maybe because the energies are a little bit hectic. If you're finding at the moment your sleep isn't, or maybe you're going to sleep but not having good sleep, maybe you're having really lucid dreams at the moment. I know I'm getting a lot of dreams at the moment and dealing with a lot of emotional stuff in my dreams. It's almost like my brain's decided to go back, grab some old files, bring them forward. Let's deal with this. Again, not surprising, Mercury retrograde, things coming back from the past. I'll often use amethyst for my sleep. I will literally ask it, program your crystal, can I get some good sleep tonight? Or you could program it for more dreams or for your intuition, because we know it's great for the third eye and clairvoyance. So if you wanted to work with your intuition, definitely looking at that amethyst. Too late. Online workshops. I think they're a great idea too, Katie. It's just, me, I can talk all day, but technology is not my strong point. So I'm just working out how I can get that all out to you. And we can do it in a larger group. And of course, everyone can then tune in and we can all still ask questions and discuss what's going on. During those workshops, I niche it down to the people. Yes. Everyone's got a card here. I think we've got our list pretty good now. All right, let's have a look. We're going to start doing some readings. Let's get this microphone out the way a little bit. Okay, so the first reading tonight, I'm just going to be turning one card each for everyone tonight so we can fit everybody in. Let's have a look at Renee. I could try and be tricky tonight and do the camera thing. I really should get more practice in with it, but let's have a look. let's have a look. Let's see if I can do this. Am I any good at it tonight? Oh, look, I did manage to do it. All right, Renee, this is for you. My camera not focusing well. There we go. Renee, let's have a look. Let's just see what I'm drawn to. No, I'm going to go this one. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, very interesting card, Renee. And normally I find when we do these nights, quite often the messages aren't just for the one person that I'm turning the card for. You might find something, even if you haven't put your name up for a card tonight, something that you needed to hear. This is emotional withdrawal. Now, this card is green because it is all to do with the heart chakra, okay? So emotions, our feelings. So, Renee, what this is asking you to do at the moment is emotional withdrawal. Maybe there's something going on around you in your world. Well, the smartest thing you can do is take the emotion out and do what's smart. For an example, and this is just an example, maybe you've been living in a house for 20 years and you're emotionally attached to it and you love it, and wonderful things happen there. But financially, it's a good idea to sell, maybe for work or for family to be able to move. And so we have to take the emotion out and do what's smart. Maybe it's in a relationship, maybe you've been in relationships in the past that have left you with triggers and hurt. And sometimes when we're in a relationship, the emotion is so much going on. And it's like if we could take out the anxiety or the fear of the situation, what's the smart thing to do? Or what I find really good with this card, this emotional withdrawal, is what would you tell your best friend to do? Our best friends are amazing. They're the ones that will put us on a pedestal, who will take out the emotion and get us to do what's smart, who will back us when we don't, who know how amazing we are when maybe we don't feel it. So just take the emotion out and do what's smart. And I hope that was helpful, Renee. All right, let's have a look. James. James, you have a lot going on. You were just talking about how a Mercury retrograde has been affecting you. So let's have a look. Let's spread the cards out. Okay, James. Ooh. No, I'm going to go up this way for you, James, tonight. Let's have a look and see what this one is. Triumph and success. We love it. Okay, this is a great card. Blue, throat chakra, speaking our truth. So you may have been doing very well with your words lately, but it tells me here that you felt a bit buried alive. Okay, that you were underground. There was a lot going on up until now, but you're about to break new ground. You will have triumph and success here. You could be trying something new. You could be stepping out, and that could be just a different, like we said, getting better work and life balance. It could be sorting out a relationship issue with someone, that you're in a relationship with, or a work partner, but breaking new ground here. And here we have one new direction. So where we have felt buried alive, we kind of dug ourselves up. We've had this triumph and success, or we're going to have this triumph and success, but there's only one hand here because you really need to do it alone. This has really been your battle. So it could have been something internally, something you needed to deal with within yourself. It could have been a work issue. You could have been out of work, or it could have been issues with money. And we're finally now starting to break that new ground and be able to move ahead. So there's definitely been some tough times there, but definitely some good times coming. And the power there, you've got the sword. You can cut through this and you can do well. Nice card. Just going to write a couple more down here. All right. So next we've got James. Now we've got Katie. Katie, let's have a look. I think I might do a couple of nights as well on reading cards. I know last time I tried to do that, I got the technology wrong, but I'm all over it now, can't you tell? So we might do some more, especially if you have this deck of cards. This is the Psychic Tarot Oracle, but any deck of cards, maybe bring them along, and again, we'll have another look at them. Okay. All right, Katie. Give them a good shuffle and spread them out. Let's have a look. This one down here, Katie. Oh, you had me searching there for a second. Firm foundation. All right, lovely card, but it's red to do with the base chakra. So if you've got that hematite out, I'd be using it right now. This one here is firm foundation. Now we have this triangle here that's all about mind, body, and spirit on the same page. We are building here a firm foundation. This is the bottom of the mountain. Now we can build a mountain. We're going to do well. But just like with this picture, once we get up here, we can't go back and fix the foundation, okay? You can't go back. Once you've built the house, it's very hard to go back if there's a foundation problem. So right now, even though you may feel like you're starting at the bottom again, or it's time to start a new foundation around this homework, money, and security, it's about building. It's a bit like, if we're going to study something or learn something or start a new job. At the beginning, we're just learning, we're getting to know it. But if we learn it well, then we can get promotions, we can move forward, we can go to the top of that mountain or that thing that we're chasing. But things coming into balance. And, you might have felt like the ground kind of fell away from you for a little while there. And this is now bringing that back for you, okay? It's bringing back that solid, firm foundation so that we can feel like we can build again, maybe build our life again, or just build things, whether it be relationships or money, like I said, homes, security, and also the physical body. If you've been working on the physical body or you've been unwell, it's time to get back on the level. Get a good foundation back so that we can start feeling better again. A good card, especially if you're concerned with homework, money, or security around you at the moment. All right, next one. Emily. How you going, Emily? Haven't seen you in a little while. Do hope you're well. All right, let's have a look. No worries, Renee. You are more than welcome. Yes, Tian, you are on the list. And yes, James, of course. I love doing this. This is what makes me happy as well. Hey, Tamika. Yes, we can pop you on the list. I'll do that for you now. And of course, remember, I did say if you have any questions or subjects that you would like to cover, please email me at ravencooper or askravencooper@gmail.com and I can cover those in the shows. Chrissy had a great question earlier about crystals. So maybe you have things like that you'd like to know about, clearing energies, working with your dreams, astral travel. We can look at all of those kinds of things. All right, Emily, let's have a look. All right, let's pick a card out. Emily, I'm going to go down here and we're going to take this card here. Oh, very interesting. Stand your ground. Time to get tough. Okay, this one is all about here is literally standing your ground. Now you've got this beautiful big red sun behind you here supporting you. But this could be if you have a contract disagreement going on at the moment, and with Mercury retrograde, that wouldn't be surprising. Maybe it's a friendship. Maybe there's something that you need to just stand your ground on, be firm with. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's an agreement or a contract. But it's about standing your ground. And it can even be standing your ground with yourself. Maybe you've made a decision and now you're a bit like, oh, have I done the right thing? You know what? You made a good decision, stick to it. But the universe does have your back here. You do have a spear here that you're holding on to. I don't think you're going to stab anybody with it. I don't think this is an aggressive moment. It's just letting people know that you are aware of your power and you can draw the line in the sand and say, you know what? Enough. I'm going to stand my ground on this and stand firm. So back yourself. Emily, good time to be doing that, which is great. Like I said, could be around business and work with that Mercury retrograde, or communications, contracts, dealings, exes coming back. Who wants that, right? I hope you all got a cup of tea, or at least a glass of wine. All right, Maureen, let's turn a card. Sitting Maureen, lots of healing energy at the moment. Noted. Thanks, Emily. Okay. Let's have a look, Maureen. Let's spread these cards out. Oh, giving them a good shuffle, moving that energy around. Let's have a look. Hello, Haley. Let's see. Oh, we're going to go down this way. this card here for you tonight, Maureen. Uh-oh, watch out. You're going to have a baby. No, I'm only kidding. You know that. I know that. This one here is the fertility card, and this is all about, well, it's a lot of things really. Getting our head and heart on the same page. 3, the number of creation, but this card is all about the birth of something new. This is about the beginning of a new cycle. It's about the beginning of a new start, and this could be a job, this could be a home, this could be a lifestyle change, but it is the beginning of something new. I love this card. Often going into a new 7-year cycle with this card, but new things coming in, head and heart on the same page. That's very, very important. And all these new sort of shoots here that she's got going, just like springtime, a bit like I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. But moving forward, new beginnings. You definitely deserve them, and what a lovely card. You may hear of a pregnancy around you, but I don't think that's the message for you tonight. It's more about those new beginnings and new starts. All right. Chrissy, let's have a look. Let's turn you a card. Oh, it's not often my cards get flipped around, but there is one here that is just not the right way, not like the others. Yet all my others seem pretty good. So 2 cards here, Chrissy, for you. This first one, throat chakra. And I know you would understand that. For those of you that are interested in the throat chakra, we talked about it earlier, about what crystal you can use for that. Sodalite or lapis, any of your blue crystals are really good for the throat chakra. But this is all about speaking our truth, using our charisma, our communication, being great with our words, great time for discussions, can normally get your way a little bit with this, with the throat chakra, but being a very strong point for you. So if you are in communication, or you are someone that has a job where you do have to speak a lot or communicate a lot, really good card for things to be doing with that. But Chrissy, that one just kind of found us. So I'm going to turn you another card. Why? Because I can. Let's have a look. They're jumping tonight. Absolutely. All right, let's spread them out. Okay, Chrissy, let's have a look. Oh, I'm going to go this way. Okay. Right. This card looks scarier than it is. Okay, so let's not panic. But it is blue to do with the throat chakra, which we did just speak about with that last card for you. This one here is conflict and defeat, and you're halfway up. It's like you're going where you need to go. There's eternal light here. He's getting up the stairs. The universe is helping him out. But at the moment, things are a little bit difficult. Okay, and he kind of wants to give up. He kind of wants to go back to old ways or old thinking, or just maybe he should go back to his place, But if he does, for that little bit of peace and quiet, for that little bit of light, but then the candle burns out and he ends up at the bottom of the stairs having to start again. So what they're saying to you is, even though you may be a bit tired at the moment, there may be some conflict around you, maybe feeling a little bit defeated with a few things, keep going. Keep going. Don't go back. Otherwise, you're going to have to start again. It's like, no, you're on the right path. There's a little bit of resistance there, but keep going with it. And all you need to do is speak your truth, okay? Or maybe find someone that you can have that conversation with. But don't be defeated. Keep going, because there is a huge light here at the end of the tunnel for you. Now, who are we up to? I'm sort of losing my messages here. Dre, I think it is. Do I have that right? I know there's a couple of numbers after it, but I'm not sure what they are. So D-R-E. I only know a little bit of English. So sometimes I get this a little bit wrong. All right, let's have a look. You'll know who I'm talking about. Yes, the tenants are moving forward. Wonderful. You're very welcome, Chrissy. All right, let's have a look. Dre, D-R-E. I know there's numbers after that, but I can't find you. So I hope you were able to hear this. All right, let's have a look. Oh, I'm going to go back down here. I like this. Let's step down here. This one. Ooh, the intuition card. We don't see this one very often on a Tuesday night. This one here, like it says here, intuition, closing the door to the past, moving forward. looking forward here as well into the future, but you do have that Egyptian ankh there, so very protected at the moment. The universe is trying to look after you, but you got to trust your gut instinct and your intuition right now. It may say one thing on the paper, but maybe your gut's telling you something else. If there's something going on around you in a relationship or at a workplace and it just doesn't sit right, we all know that feeling when you're like, something's going on, especially with Mercury retrograde. Trust your gut instinct or your intuition. If someone comes back from the past, if a situation comes up, what's your gut telling you? You know, the text message you might get from someone says, oh, I miss you, you're brilliant, I want you back. But your intuition's like, no, they just got lonely. They just got lonely and they're just looking for some entertainment. I'm not interested in it. Maybe it's a work situation where you don't trust something that's going on. Run with it, okay? Trust your intuition. You have strong intuition, and right now it is trying to bring in some balance and help you out. So good luck with that, but trust your gut. Trust that intuition. We all have it. It's a muscle we've all got, and the more we work it, the stronger it gets. Now, I should know this next name, but I'm having a mind blank, but I'm going to give it a crack. Is it Kaiser? 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 I know. But you know that I'm talking to you. All right, let's have a look. Let's give these cards a shuffle. Jackson, you can definitely have a card. Yep, you're on the list. You won't be too far away. Actually, we're going quite well tonight. So let's have a look. Let's spread these cards out. So, Kaiser, this one is for you. All right. Oh, you're a little bit... We're going to take this one here. Let's have a look. Okay. Triumph and success. Yes, please. We'll take this here. Victory and success. This one here says that you've gotten to the top of your cliff. So you've worked really hard. You've been working uphill, climbing that ladder, getting to the top. But right now, you need to blow your own trumpet. Who knows why? Maybe the gods only know why people don't see how brilliant you are and how amazing you are and the things that you've done. But right now, you need to let everybody know that you are. Okay, so if there is a job opportunity here, if there's a work change going on, go in there. If they say, can you do this? Oh, I can do that. And I'm amazing at it. So really making sure that you are blowing your own trumpet at the moment. People are going to want to listen to it. But we don't want to be not seen because we didn't speak up. So opportunity may come your way. And the best thing you can do is put your hand up. Be like, yep, I can do that. I'm capable. Even if you have to go home and Google a little bit and figure it out. But I know that you absolutely can. So we're getting there. We've got to the top. But to shift this darkness, to find our way, you're really going to have to blow your own trumpet. Tell the world how amazing you truly are, and go for the big things. We pick what we think we deserve. And I think for you, it's about the world is your oyster a little bit at the moment. Let the world know how grand you are and go for it. Okay, you've got this. Good card, victory and success. Hasn't been easy to get there. I know you understand that, but it's about here. How do I shift this? You got to talk yourself up. Well, no. You're not talking yourself up because you are brilliant. It's about stating the obvious is probably a better way of putting that, and showing people what you're really capable of and what you can do. Good card, especially around work. I like that card. It looks good. Tizana, you're next. Let's have a look. We're doing well tonight. Apparently you're supposed to get more rain over this spring and summer like the last couple of years. I just like it not to be 36 degrees and 100% humidity in Brisbane this summer, please. You are very welcome. All right, let's have a look. Tizana. And then we've got Tiana, but Tizana first. All right, let's pick a card out. Let's have a look. No, I'm straight up this way. And we're going to dig in here a little bit and have a look. Ooh. Now, this is a really good card. And I'm just looking at the time of night and wondering how I'm allowed to speak on on Facebook and on YouTube, because this is the sacral chakra card. All right. This is all about our creativity, our passion, our sexuality. It's all about the affirmation here being I feel, how we see relationships. It's my good sex card. So congratulations. And whether that's with somebody else or with yourself, it doesn't matter, as long as you're getting something here. But this is about bringing those passions back into your life. What do you do that you love? I'm not talking about work or family or commitments. What do you do that you love? This is going to be a time where those things really need to be looked at. They may be coming forward. It's about, like I said, getting that fire back in your belly and those passions, getting our sexuality back, get your sexy back, feeling good about yourself, strutting a little bit. Be John Travolta in, is it Saturday Night Live, when he's going down the street? Bring that energy in, because we're going to bring our sexy back. Okay, but also our creativity, our passions, fire in our belly. I love this card. It is one of my favorite chakras. And when I teach my chakra workshops, it's one of my more fun ones to talk about, I think. Remembering this did develop between the ages of about 7 and 14. So I'm sort of going through those teenage years and puberty. So if you were having issues then, maybe you were bullied, maybe you were rejected by somebody, maybe that first kiss didn't go well, or maybe it didn't happen at all those different experiences that we have in those times can leave imprints that we can carry into our adult lives. So if we were rejected back then, we may have a huge fear of rejection now. So those things kind of coming into balance, maybe you're looking at them. But again, fire, passion, sexuality, creativity. What do you do that you love? Fire in your belly, really coming into balance, and a really good time to work on that. Tian. I love that sacral chakra card. It's such a good card. Only because I know it brings such good things. There's a little bit of work there, yeah. You can decide what, you love something, but you've actually got to get out the front door and do it. And I think for most of us, sometimes that's the hardest part. Especially if you suffer with your anxiety, and most people can relate to anxiety. Sometimes getting out that door, getting out the car, you can have all intentions of going to something, and it's those last moments that can make it incredibly difficult to do. I suffer from anxiety a lot in my life, and I often do that, and maybe it's my own little trick. If I'm going into something that's making me incredibly nervous, or I'm unsure, I just tell myself I'm dreaming. I'm like, this isn't real. This isn't really happening. Let's see what happens next. And walk my way in the door and literally see what happens next. But again, a really good card. So Tian, let's have a look. Let's turn you a card. Let's spread them out. I was thinking about that today. We all got to get the music back on. I hope everyone's listening to their music and their playlists or their records. I've got my record player out again now. I've got my vinyls out. But bringing some music back. Mercury retrograde does make us very hectic. And I think music sometimes so good for so many parts of our spirit and soul, and for the throat chakra. And sometimes when we can't find the words, the music does. So maybe tomorrow everyone should play some of their favorite music again. All right, let's have a look, Tian. No, you're bringing me down here. Actually, I want to kind of dig through. Oh, second last card. We'll take it because it's not a bad card. But I'm an Aries and I have a Leo moon and Scorpio rising. This is not something I'm good at. Patience. Haven't we all had enough of patience? This tells me here, Tian, that you have planted really good seeds, okay? So you've planted the seeds, you've tried really hard, and you're looking at them just like in the picture. They're looking at these seeds and they're like, nothing's happening here, man. What's going on? Why is nothing growing? I'm not seeing any progress. Nothing seems to be happening. But then they look up and they realize they've actually grown a lily. So being patient right now, because there's a lot of things going on in the background that maybe you can't see, the universe sorting things out, or maybe it's a work thing that's going on and you don't realize that they're going to give you that promotion, or there's that opportunity there, or even our health. Sometimes, it's like, well, I've been trying really hard, but nothing's really happening. And then all of a sudden, everything falls into place. So right now they're saying, look, you planted good seeds. Just be a little bit patient while they grow in the background. Good luck with that. Patience, like I said, is not one of my strong points. But I think you're pretty patient. So keep just breathing. I think, with this. And with Mercury retrograde, that can really cause problems with dates and times and schedules and timetables and things getting changed and communications and cars breaking down. So again, patience there while we're trying to grow things. We can have a few little hiccups, but if patience is all we need, then we'll take that card, because that's not particularly hard if we don't have to do it for too long. Does that make me impatient by saying that? All right, Tamika, let's have a look. And then next it is Jackson. And then we have Peggy, I think. Yes. All right, let's have a look. Tamika. Let's spread the cards out. They go all the way along my desk. Let's have a look. We're going to go with this one. We like this one. Good card for you, Tamika. Look at this one. Fulfillment of wishes. It's green because it's all around the heart chakra, and 9 because things are starting to wrap up. But everything's going to come through beautifully. It's green for the heart chakra. So fulfillment of wishes in both life and work. We can have some new arrivals here. We're getting to the end of the line and that good thing happening, but all around the heart. Fulfillment of wishes. It's such a blessing of a card. So what you have been putting out there, or what you have been growing, here's the blessing and I guess the fulfillment from it. So stick with it. We're nearly there. That's at number 9. We're nearly wrapping this up. But being able to now sort of see the fulfillment of wishes, exactly what the card says, around the heart, and the things that we're wanting coming through. And sometimes we don't even know what that is until it happens, or that we were even wishing for it until it happens. But a really good card. Enjoy it around the heart chakra. Nice. We'd all like to see that card, I think, at the moment. So I'm so glad that you got to see it tonight. All right, Jackson, here's my trouble. Let's have a look. Oh, this one just jumped out. And just like before with Chrissy, if one jumps out, I do tend to pay a little bit of attention. But I will turn you another card, Jackson, to go with it. The Solitude card. So if you are studying at the moment, investing in yourself, keep going. Again, it's a 9 because we need to complete this. But there is 1 star, 1 column, 1 person, 1 book. Now, she's wearing blue. She needs to speak her truth. She's got that book there. She's investing in herself. But right now, I give you absolute permission to not be selfish, but self-full. Jackson, I want you to make it all about you. Okay? Everything that you do, it's about solitude. I'm just thinking about me and where I need to be over the next 12 months. I'm going to put my own needs first. I'm going to make those sacrifices. I'm going to focus on myself. That's a good card. Let's see what it's leading to, Jackson. So we're going to have another look. Oh, good, Tamika. That is exciting. That's really exciting. Yeah, I've been working on my manifestation and working on vision boards and getting my list together again. I completed one there by getting over to the UK and a few other personal things that I've managed to accomplish. So now I'm sort of ready to set those next goals. All right, Jackson, let's have a look at this card. Spread the cards out. Let's pick which one we're looking at. Jackson, we're going to take this card. Oh, this is lovely. Another good card. Balance. So, if we have the balance card, that normally means that we have been out of balance a little bit. Maybe we need to bring some balance back in, especially with Mercury at retrograde at the moment. We started the 9th of September and it goes through till the 2nd of October. So figuring out, do we need to do things maybe differently? Are we lacking balance in our life? Where can we bring that balance in? And this card's saying to you, we're about to rise above the problems that we've had around us. We're going to bring balance in. This is a bit like Archangel Michael too. He brings his shield to protect you and his sword to cut through cords and being able to move forward, but trying to balance things. And maybe if you're trying to balance like work, study, social life, self-care, your health, your fitness, and you're trying to balance that all at the moment, you are going to find some balance here and be able to look after yourself. But really, with that first card that jumped out, to find balance, you need solitude. You need to go, everyone, it's about me. I can't be here for everyone else. I can't do 10,000 things. Maybe we need to narrow it down, focus on a few things and be able to do those really well. But right now, you can tell everyone, my psychic said it's all about me with that solitude card, because you're bringing in balance. So if things have been quite hectic, or been working too many hours and not having enough time for self-care or just a social life, or maybe in reverse, we've been doing too much socializing and we need to focus a little bit more on things, but balance coming in. So good cards, but time to work on you. And don't worry about anybody else. They'll sort themselves out. Focus on you and where you need to go and what Jackson needs, for his healing and happiness. All about you. Maybe treat yourself to a massage. No, you're very welcome, Jackson. I'm glad that was helpful. And now I think this is our last one. I've been trying to watch these messages. Yep, so we have here Peggy. Another card. And then I'm going to do a card for the week. So for everybody, for the week, for those of you that haven't had a card tonight or have missed out, this is a general message for everyone to look at. Again, if you have a question for me when it comes to anything metaphysical, how can you manifest? Maybe it's a dream question, maybe it's a crystal question, maybe it's an aura question or a chakra question. You can, or a topic that you'd like me to cover from paranormal. You pick a topic and I'll talk about it. You know me. You can email me at AskRavenCooper just here in the corner at gmail.com or through the Threefold Facebook page or through Raven Cooper on Facebook. You can get to me many different ways. Just email me or let me know, and I'm more than happy to cover subjects any Tuesday night. And there will be some more pop-up shows coming up too as well. They will be on the YouTube channel. It's a little easier for me, especially if I'm out and about, if you have to stop down the waterfront and turn some cards for people. I can do that on YouTube much easier. So that's where I'll be getting on a lot more. So if you want to go on there and subscribe, or you can hit the little button, the bell, and that will let you know when I come online if you're looking for a card or maybe just a chat. All right, Peggy, let's have a look. Whew. All right. No, down here. Let's see. All right. Well, we had this one a little earlier for Emily, I think it was. And now this one for you, Peggy. At the moment, stand your ground. If you're in a dispute with anybody, or maybe someone's taking you for granted, or maybe you're in a situation where legally you have rights, or you just want to stand up for yourself because you're just tired of putting up with some crap, this is the card. Stand up for yourself here. Stand your ground. Okay, the universe has got your back here. You've got your spear. Stick it in the ground. I'm not budging. Draw your line in the sand. But here, stand your ground, okay? Stay confident. Back yourself. You might be finding some resistance around you at the moment. Could be work, could be relationships, could be home, could be money. And it's almost just standing your ground with that situation or with yourself. I know for me, I've been trying to be really careful with my budget because there's things that I want to do. And there are times when I do want to buy that extra thing that I don't really need. And I have to stand my ground with myself and go, no, look at the bigger picture. But also maybe even with family and people around you. At the moment, we're not going to be so understanding because we need to look after self. Stand your ground. Back yourself. Okay? Stay strong. You've got this. I hope that was helpful, Peggy. I really do. All right. Just a card for everybody. Tuesday night. I have to remember to put my bins out tonight. Rubbish day tomorrow. Got to do something consistently in my life, right? All right, let's have a look. You're very welcome, Peggy. Let's have a look. Now, this is just a card for everybody, like I said, for the week. What's a message for all of us? Oh, no, I'm drawn. No, down here. We're going to take this one here. Oh, we're taking it. We are definitely taking this card. Fulfillment of wishes. I just spoke about it earlier here. I think it was with Tian. This one here is all about fulfillment of wishes around the heart. It is the perfect time to put out some manifestation. This card tells us here work and life balance, or like we said, so we want balance here. It's not just fulfillment of wishes with work or with money. It's also fulfillment of wishes with emotions. But here, very supported by the universe. 9, wrapping things up, so we should start seeing some results. But you might find this week, we're all going to take this one. After last week's card, which I think was envy and deceit, we are going to take this one. If we can turn this in the beginning of a Mercury retrograde, we're doing pretty good. So, round the heart. Okay, listen to the heart. What is it wishing for? Even before a little bit, I talked about it with the sacral chakra. What are you doing that you love? Sometimes our heart whispers can be hard to hear. especially when there's so much other noise going around. But what you really need right now, what you've been hoping for, fulfillment of wishes coming in. So a good card for everyone, and I do hope you all feel the benefits of it this coming week up and through till next Tuesday when we'll turn another card. Just another quick reminder as well, Mercury retrograde came on the 9th. Doesn't leave until the 2nd of October. Right now, technology, emails, communications, issues with phones, exes coming back, ex-co-workers, troubles with, like we said, communication, or just figuring out where there's imbalances in your world right now, dates being changed, trips being changed, reservations being changed, last-minute hiccups. Gremlins are about. Look after yourself and be patient, because there's usually a lot of unexpected change coming in, or unearthed information during Mercury retrograde. You might hear something that you needed to know to be able to move forward. So good luck over the next week. Look after yourselves. Try and get some good sleep and some rest. We always need that self-love, and surviving Mercury retrograde. Again, just one more time, if you do want to send me through a topic or a question to talk about, not asking for a card, that's what I'll do on the night. It's more about just, is there something you want to learn about? And we can talk about it. Everybody have a fantastic week. Yes, I will be recovering. I had my first physio today. Thank you, Maureen. I dislocated it, but I actually found out today we got a meniscus, that we've got something in our knee, and I've torn that a little bit, but I'm good. I'm up and moving and being able to do everything. And if you're looking for a reading from me, you can still book through the Threefold Facebook page. You can get in contact with me. My details are there, and I'm doing readings online or in person in my office in Bray Park. So give us a call. Well, actually, don't call because I'm in readings and I don't answer my phone like most of you know. But if you text message me, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great week, everyone. I've loved it all, as always. And look, Mercury retrograde has got me. I got no words. Oh, the gods better help me on radio on Friday because it's going to be very interesting.